Welcome to Megaman X3 once again, episode 4. And I just made a notice that once you reload your game from your last save, your life counter and the state of your life sub-tanks goes to, well, your life count goes back to 2 extra lives and your sub-tanks go empty, which can lead to very nasty surprises. But let's just go and defeat this very ugly looking maverick. Now look at that ugly thing. Toxic Seahorse. That's even an ugly name. Well, and it's a sewage team level, so somehow it feels like this Mega Man game has very ugly looking robot masters, or mavericks as you would call them in this series. They're just ugly. Well, not all of them were ugly. Neon Tiger actually had quite impressive design, but impressive looking design, and Gravity Beetle as well, once you get past the fact that it's a beetle. But before that, it was not, you could say, not the most you could say beautiful, and just using the gravity well to grapple and destroy enemies, whereas they cause this huge some quite big field of attack, which causes quite big amount of damage to enemies, which is quite nice because, well, damn it, I should remember that it goes that way. Well, it doesn't matter, and it also even didn't matter because my life tanks are practically full. And it also respawned, so chasing it was quite pointless. But there was an indication that there's something nice up here, which is life tank. And there is no strings attached about it anyways, just get in here and you get it. Real nice and simple that they make this kind of just go where they are things. But let's see, does Bite attack me now? No? Is he some sort of one-off encounter? Or what is, or have I, or is it some sort of glitch I involuntarily made active, or is it so that it has to be specific stage, or the fact that it might be the second phase of the stage where he appears. And well, here you got all kinds of tortoise thingies and the waters, and the basic structure and build of the water stages, meaning extra jumping physics, although in Mega Man X series they aren't. Those extra jumps or extra height from jumps is not as, you could say, powerful in factor than in regular Mega Man series. And once you if you reload your ice weapon, you get a big hunk of ice, which of course floats. And if I remember right, there's a specific location where I have to make this big hunk of ice to float to the surface, so I can actually, oh yes, there it is, in here. Ah, damn it. Yeah, the sharding effect of this gun is, you could say, a bit of a chore, making its use quite unnecessarily slow. But now, well, not here, it's right here. And just a bit closer to the edge, just in case. Yeah, and another form of the carry armor upgrade, walking armor upgrades. And you can usually use these walking armor upgrades to get some sort of other upgrade or special location, and of course, being a underwater level, some spikes as well. What does spike attack now? Me now? No, it's a sub boss, mini boss. This is really strange. I also remember that bite would always appear once he or say you could not avoid bite without killing him or defeating him. So I feel really strange. And that boss was some sort of diving machine with floppy wavy tentacles. Not the most, you could say, interesting monster, but still quite nice. And the water is falling. Oh yeah, those things are quite unpleasant. In what they shoot at you, or how they shoot at you. And that thing looked to be immune. But now I'm out of the sea, or watery phase. So it's time to get a bit further and finally go and challenge them. Oh shit, my mistake, bad maneuverings on my part. Didn't take a good jump. Damned. Alright. And above the jump. Because that is practically easy jump if you don't do the massive amount of fuck uppery as I did. So time to face it, and Toxic Seahorse's weakness is ice. So time to make use of it. Mostly because without it this fight would be quite long. They made the fights really actually quite marathon-like in this game. But Toxic Seahorse waves his neck around, spews that kind of weird acid spews. Generally looks quite not like that. Yeah, he's got an ugly design and actually quite complex attack pattern, mostly because of his toxic spews he throws out. But time to take him out. In a sense, not, and he isn't completely strictly pattern based either. So, oh yeah, forgot that. That the toxic attack will always. It will go. It neutralizes the forward momentum, making him stop. But shooting him point blank range will do him in quite nicely. Yeah, that was quite aggressive, crazy tactic, but it works. A nice 3D effect with a very toxic color scheme of bright green and red orange. Acid burst. Yeah, it's that kind of attack. It would have been Tunnel Rhino's weakness well, maybe. Acid corrodes drills, some kind of that kind of weakness change. They don't always logically make sense in that you could guess what they are. But there's only one robot Maverick left. Dr. Doppler. I wonder, he must have gotten his name from Doppler phenomena. Yep. Blast Hornet. Yep. Flying and an insect team. And not just insect team, Hornet teamed. Meaning they quite much were scraping the bottom of the barrel when they were making this. Well, not completely, but still. They didn't have, as you could say. But then again, even in the first Megaman X game there was insect themed Robot Master Quanger. Quangers are bugs or insects. And there was 2 birds, and there's also been in X4 there's practically repeat Robot Maverick from X1 in sense that in X1 there's Storm Eagle and in X4 there's Storm Owl, and both are wind teams, flying bird Robot Masters. So you could say that certainly not the most, you could say, imaginative things to around. And some conveyor belts, mostly because this is some sort of loading bay of airport. And spikes on the walls, just to look scary. And in one place to make sure that you are not gonna get to that one place where you are not meant to get without specific thing you don't have, most likely don't have, and if you don't have, you don't get there, so don't even try. And I hope that bite comes now to bite. Nope, that's a mid boss. Some kind of weird hologram 3D, although flat form. What it is, I don't know, some sort of security machine perhaps. And you really don't know what pattern it's gonna take once it gets moving, so now it took this kind of crazy jumping around pattern. God damn it. Gotta head back to there. Attempt 2 on the mid-boss. Or mini-boss, or however you wanna call it. And this game also had quite a big number of those mini-boss things. Yeah. But now it stopped. And now it spins around the floor wildly, which is, I'd say, much better also. And now it's gonna flail around the floor, jumping up and up, always more and more. So now it did have to do much simpler or different patterns, and not go completely berserk, bouncing around like a pinball, or how you wanna call it, ball of pinball game, or pinball machine. Yeah, it's that. But there's specific looking cavity in there, meaning that there's you must use one special item, which I do have, a tunnel rhino's drill. Oh yeah, well, not drill through that part. And the drill weapon of tunnel rhino is, you can say, as a weapon, is quite much useless because, well, it takes such a long time to actually move forward and do its damage. It's completely not a weapon, it's a tool. But there's the armor suit. And it's carried by these weird hostage thingy thing. And now I have the armor suit, which I can walk around and stomp things and smash things. And it had different versions of it, so I can have one suit which, like this, which hits, and then there's one which can shoot rockets, and one which can survive underwater. Plenty of these handy armor suits. Very capable of causing damage, destruction. And you can't make them, you can't ride them far, so they're nice, but they don't get so much screen time. And there was the heart container up here, because now it's already gone. And I wonder, does Bite come to me here? Yes, he did. What? Yeah. What kept you hiding? Oh yeah, that thing he shoots the wall recoils you, which makes it the basic tactics of wall jumping to out of peril quite much ineffective against him, because then he gets to tackle happy. Yep, he hammered me to pieces. That was attempt number 2. But getting back to him, attempt number 3, and now I'm gonna use the E-tanks if I feel like it. Yeah, you're Dr. Doppler's big fat burly henchman. But guess what? I'm Dr. Kane's, and before that, Dr. Thomas Light's own henchman. So, and they were much smarter than a completely artificial Dr. Doppler. Dr. Doppler was not humanly brilliant. Oh, damn it. Yeah, focus on survival. Attacking him is secondary. Staying up is much more necessary than oh, you went down. Well, if I would have used your weakness, you would have been completely dead, but I didn't. Just to show off, and you get some trophies from it, and I always get a little bit of little blink of happiness when yeah, you got a trophy, you got a trophy, you got a trophy, even though they don't mean anything, but still, you got a trophy, like a brand new Cadillac. If you have a Cadillac sponsorship and you can dole them out like candy. If you don't have, don't give brand new Cadillacs. I guess that's something like a myth about Elvis, that he was so rich that hey, brand new Cadillac. And Blast Hornet, flying, weak to gravity attack. Very easy to guess that weakness. And well, yep, that's one of the uglier Robot Master look designs. And yeah, well, but what he does, he shoots his Hornets at you. And he also blazes around with his whatever he's doing. And then there's this big gravity attack which will hurt him quite a big chunk. And then once he's gotten a lot of enough damage, he starts to shoot these target-seeking Hornets at you. Which came quite surprisingly. That's why he was able to murder me. But let's just do the opening with the pain move of dropping him to the ground. Oh yeah, and he of course he will sting. And it's something like a figure of 8 pattern he moves in. Yep, take the gravity attack and move your bugs away. Yep, that's a big chunk of damage he got. Yep, and it's always wiser to shoot the bug gravity tether or whatever its name into right towards the middle of the screen, so where he really can't do much about it. Well, where it does much more, you could say, more pain. Yep, and he drops to the ground once you kill him, or defeat him, break him, wreck him, scrap him. I don't know what would be the appropriate word for sentient robot when you put it out of commission for good. Permanently. Or maybe. And of course, do you destroy its body or just its programming? But all the 8 Mavericks have been defeated. That's actually one of the less interesting weapons of this game, even though its charge version is actually very interesting. And there he is, Dr. Kane. He's got a weird big nose. You read their minds. So he's doing the same thing as Megaman always does. So yeah, so he's building for somebody else, for that master he mentioned right at the beginning of the game. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's a real cockroach. Well, it has to be a secret lab, and it most likely had a big sign reading it is a secret lab. Yep. So now Zero and X are gonna attack Dr. Doppler's lab, which means the end of game vertical linear order of stages. Yeah, right at the center, following the classic basic principles. But before that, it is time to do the end level gathering items part. So I'm gonna skip going through the levels part and just show wherever I am finding the parts. So there'll be lots of skipping here. Right, at Gravity Beetle stage, this would have been normally blocked by bunch of crates, but it isn't bunch of crates, so that was it. Alright, and in Crush Crawfish stage, there's quite many of them, so but there's one of them right here. Just use the Triad Thunder's fully charged mode to get down here to get a new armor's piece. And while I'm at it, let's just go and take it into a test drive as well while I'm at it. Oh damn, wrong button. Yeah, it's the fire button that you choose it. And now I have another model of the carry armor armed with rockets. Practically no difference to regular model at all, but it shoots rockets. and it can also do a bit of a gliding move. So do some stomping around and shoot yourself to this door to get a life upgrade. And just do some stomping around. Actually no. Let's just check what's this. Well, actually yes, it was. So there's also here one special little upgrade room that I can show, but I'm not gonna use it. These red improvement capsules. Yep. Every upgrade has a secondary level of upgrade, but you can only get them once. So it's a bit of a risky thing to get. But I got all of from here. Oh, and Wolf Catfish stages. This weird thing looks like it could be lifted with something, which of course means the gravity beetle weapon. And it gives you ample time to get it. To get the last upgrade. Dr. Light means that you take less damage and your Mirth invincibility gets longer. And of course, we also get the swanky coloring of the Megaman X. I don't think it's the most beautiful set of appearance, because in X2 it was better in its basic selection of palette, but well, it doesn't matter. He's fully upgraded, almost fully upgraded. There's a couple of extra secret upgrades you can also get, which are very handy, but they are not found from these levels, and they will require a bit of extra maneuverings to do. But let's just take another of these special carry armors. There's practically no difference at all between these that you can take this one with a spiky fist, or you can take another one of them which has a regular fist, or the one that shoots rockets. So yeah, no difference. And the sub tank. Yep. And if I now exit the stage, I will now assess that I have most likely gathered, well, saving. Yep, everything. All. Yep, everything has been gathered, so next time it is time to go and hunt down Dr. Doppler and see what kind of nefarious schemes he's up to. Most likely no good for anybody. So, see you next time. See ya.